To go over that really thick denim seam, you're going to need a couple things. Number one, the multi-purpose tool that you'll find in your accessory box. Now it is white and so are the drawers, so look down at the bottom and make sure that you find it. It is in there. And then I'm going to show you a way to cheat a little bit. You can pick out your blind hem foot, foot number 5, for a little top stitching we're going to do before we actually do the hem. So we're going to actually create the jeans hem right here by actually stitching like a 5/8 inch seam allowance. And I'm going to use some high contrast thread here so you can see what I'm doing. Now 5/8 of an inch always looks so big after I've been doing 1/4 inch seams with my quilting. Now what I'm going to do is actually press this all to the left side. So when I open this up, we're going to do a little top stitching. We're going to switch over to the foot. Now this has a blade down the middle of it, and that way we can keep that right in the seam and keep a nice straight stitch. I do not sew straight without some type of guide. Now being that this is a blind hem foot, this guide extends all the way through the middle of the foot. So that means no center needle position and definitely no stitches that go side to side. And that is why you truly need an edge stitch foot, and that is foot number 10. It's one of the first feet I always take home. It's just like this foot, but that blade doesn't go as far back. You have all the opportunities that I told you you couldn't use with this foot. Now, I'm going to put the blade down the middle of the seam. I'm going to pull it open as I go, and I'm going to move the needle position over to the far left side. That's going to stitch this down. Now, if I don't lengthen out the stitch length right now, it's going to look a little bit small, so I'm going to make the stitch length to 3. And all you're going to do is just watch right down the middle, and you'll see what we're going to get. It's really a nice way to give your seams a professional look. I would have also pressed that as well on an actual project. Look how pretty and straight that is. Next, we're going to take our fabric and fold it up once and twice. That's where always people go, oh, that's that nice thick seam that we're always having to go over. I'm going to return the needle position back to the center and put my regular foot number 1 back on. Now this is where that tool's going to come in. Once you see how it's going to use, you're going to realize that you didn't have to force it over the thick hem or break needles. Now you definitely do want a denim needle on this. Also, we're going to sew from the top side. So many people want to sew from this side because that's where they can see the hem. Flip it over. You're going to get a better, prettier result from sewing from the other side. So as we start stitching, and you can have this pressed, you can have a line or a guide put on. The little seam guide could help you if you're making a little bit deeper hem than your lines go. And also have the machine stop with the needle in the down position. All right, here we go. Now what happens is as soon as that foot starts to angle up at you, you start to lose traction. Your stitches get small and you feel like you have to push it through, and that's where you break your needles. That's where this is going to come in. Your multi-purpose tool, or height compensation tool, is actually got 3 different levels here. This one here, we're going to use about 2. It's not too thick, but just thick enough. Take a stitch just before it starts to kind of have a hard time getting up that mountain. Take your 2 layers and slip it underneath the foot and up to the needle. It'll stop right at the needle. Here's what you have now. The foot is now even at the across the plateau of the really thick seam. You can practically put your hands in your lap and just keep sewing. Now, before it comes off the other side, you could catch it by putting one of the tool underneath one of the toes and sew beside it until the foot clears the back part that was really thick. It's kind of like when they take ships through the Panama Canal. They kind of, they lift them up and slide them across. They don't try to force them up an angle. And we shouldn't either with our foot. So let me go ahead and show you how nice and even the stitches are when you go up and over that the proper way and without any fuss.